Refresh the page. Cool. Yeah, alright. Load game. We were in the swamp, and I think it wanted me to go back up in the mountains.
Yeah.
Because I got air now. A mental map says north.
For all the butchery of Mobius's crusade, this massacre was somehow more chilling. The killing fields of the Sarafan betrayed a kind of orderly ruthlessness. The cold-blooded righteousness of the true believer.
I can't go that way, so I guess I'll go back to the shrine. Or the pillars. Can't climb in spirit world, so I gotta go back this way.
Maybe there's a thing up there you can use the air reaver with.
Oh, you know what? You might be right. I still gotta get back in the physical space, though.
There's a beacon right there.
Beacon?
Behind you.
Oh, you mean the thing to get the element back.
I am highly confused.
About what?
There are frogs chirping, but it's winter.
Fantasy stuff.
They should be asleep.
Something.
I look around, maybe there's something.
I'm... That ain't right.
Do have to go back up that way, but I'm not sure how you do it. Look all around. Ta-da!
That blends in.
that is holy.
Here at last, in the flesh,
Holy
I
moly.
beheld my former brothers in arms, the warrior priests of the Sarafan Order. Their lives devoted solely to the annihilation of the vampire plague. And while I confess, I felt a twinge of longing, a pang of grief for what I had believed was my lost virtue. I regarded them now with none of the reverence I formerly felt. For I had seen the human face of the vampires, and now I beheld the monstrousness of these men.
Damn.
Anyway, Ford's over there.
These guys smack hard.
Good for them. It's a shame that I'm not probably gonna bother fighting them at all. Oh no. Oh no.
I think the women's are sorceresses.
The woman's.
The women's.
The woman's.
What were the women in Nosgoth?
I don't remember.
They were like female classes. Convenient, there's nobody on, no citizens on the street. This maybe
What?
the Sarafan are a little forceful.
Oh, they just love their work so much.
Can't go out on the streets, there's vampires. I can't go on the street because there's Sarafan. I'm being oppressed.
And here I was thinking you were willing to wait.
You're too smart for that.
Okay, video game.
Wait for it to click. It's extra cold here. I don't like it.
Dress warm.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. You've decided to make yourself a problem.
Why is the snow so deep?
After my long journey, I finally stood on the threshold of enlightenment. For here was Janos Audrin's mountain retreat, intact and unblemished. The upheaval that would one day topple this ancient edifice had not yet occurred. And while I had no certainty that Janos still lived, this scene boded well, for I presumed that the collapse of the retreat must have followed the ancient vampire's demise. There was only one obstacle: how to reach the balcony suspended at that maddening height, so far beyond my reach.
A big
For
fan.
this was the architecture of winged creatures, the tattered ruins of my
There's no fans here.
house. I would need to devise some other means into that mountain.
Took me a while to figure this one out. What the fuck?
Alrighty.
I wonder if Raziel can feel hot or cold.
I don't think temperature's really something they worry about much. I think that's too high. Yeah.
Free your soul. I said your soul, not mine.
Sounds like a them problem.
wonder if Amy was working on that one canceled game.
She was at Naughty Dog by that point, so probably not. Oh, that didn't make any significant change.
Or did it? That wasn't there before.
Eh.
Being tweaky. Look up in this room. Oh,
Eh.
I just wanted you to look up. Out of the pillar, out of that pillar. Can you, yeah. Ah, I see. Okay. You need darkness.
Oh, god damn it.
I like that they look, they have skulls.
Boneheads.
Woo! Excuse me.
Can't read that. I can't reach that. Okay, that was a waste of time.
Not a waste of time if you're exploring.
Okay, I think I see.
Oh my goodness. Oh no.
I don't think it's supposed to be like that.
No. Oh no. I won't see you if you're above it. That's why they're there. Okay. I get it. I remember.
Nah.
Oh, he fell. Man. Ooh. What just happened?
Math.
No, going through his mind.
Just float back down here.
Theories of like ghosts that like people that have died suddenly don't actually realize they're dead.
Uh-huh.
Tasty. We need that Kool-Aid.
I think the Kool-Aid's past its expiration date.
It's still liquid. That's this room I thought we were in.
The mountain's interior was hollow, I discovered, and graced with soaring architecture unique to its creators. As with the outer facade, these balconies and galleries could only be reached by those gifted with flight. With only my ruined wings to carry me, this towering labyrinth seemed impassable. While the object of my quest lay just beyond my grasp. For here, suspended at the apex of the chamber, was the threshold that surely led to the great vampire himself. I didn't know whether Janos Audron was the monster depicted in the stronghold, or one of the noble creatures memorialized among the ruins of the ancient vampires. I didn't care. Demon or angel, he alone held the key to my destiny.
The music's too loud.
The music is playing as intended.
But I need to hear that voice acting. I met Janos' voice actor.
That must have made you real happy.
He voiced in The Little Mermaid.
Okay.
He sang me the song. Technically sang it for my sister because I was recording him.
Well, I can't put it back down.
Maybe put it back in the thing? Or wait,
It wouldn't
you
let
didn't
me.
fill it. I mean,
did fill
pour
it.
pour the stuff back out. Try spectral shifting.
Yeah. Ah,
Oh, shoot.
thank you.
Boo-da-boo.
Trying to charge it.
Re.
No, that solves that problem.
My man. What do you think of Ziggy?
For a name?
Mm-hmm.
Meh.
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 what it seems.
My goodness, how much does this one fucking bowl do? Oh, get back in the bucket.
No! You're not the boss of me. I do what I want. How hard would blood turn into? Man, Tori, you're just breaking everything.
In the way.
You're in the way. Gets run over by a plane.
It's rather impressive that they found a way to get in front of the plane. Okay. I need darkness.
You say it so calmly.
Let's see.
Into the fan.
It's over there. I need juice.
It's not juice.
Soul juice?
That's just a Snickers. I don't know, some game somewhere mentioned souls would taste minty or something.
I wouldn't have a clue.
My eyes! Thing placed there so you can't shoot from the side.
Get more juice.
Kool-Aid. Feels like me.
Oof.
Oh god. Oh no.
Controller picked a wonderful time to disconnect. Ugh.
Oh. Chocolate mint.
I really ought to get a new controller.
Chocolate mint ice cream. You just like chocolate, or is there other color?
I don't like mint.
What kind of ice cream you like?
Chocolate ice cream. Vanilla's okay. I don't eat a lot of ice cream.
Nom nom nom. Makes me thirsty.
I advise against drinking blood.
Was it that Lucifer did to get him kicked out of heaven?
Didn't bow down to humans and defied God, something like that.
I know he doesn't like humans. God liked humans a lot more than his angels.
Angels are servants of God. I haven't read the Bible. I ought to do it at some point. But it ain't a high priority.
Live stream.
I'm not live streaming the Bible.
The read along.
God, that'd be the worst fucking content. I mostly just want to read the Bible for the sake of, like, trying to see what people are so obsessed about. But also so I can quote it in people's faces and fucking call them out. But it's not a priority, like I said. Another one.
Music makes me think of the water temple in Zelda.
We already did the water level and it sucked.
It's mostly just platforming.
The worst type of platforming.
Mm-hmm. I could do it with a controller. But when I had this game on Steam originally, my controller wouldn't work. So I had to try playing with keyboard, and it was awful jumping to places I wanted to go. I might still have footage of that on my YouTubes. Old YouTube. What the fuck is a cosplay?
What the hell is a cosplay? I feel like I could make a Clive emote and just name it "What the hell is a cosplay?"
Says no. It's just like a Zelda game. You see things and then you figure it out
Zelda
later.
puzzles
Like,
are better.
fuck. Still frustrating.
Zelda puzzles don't make you go back and forth to keep switching elements.
No, but you need tools that you may
Yeah,
not
but those
have.
tools are always in your pocket.
You can run out of arrows or bombs.
It's usually very easy to replenish those. On top of running
And
out of them being a
magic.
reckless behavior. Give me that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's so kissable.
The mystery is if you really mean that or not.
Raziel would be very threatening to me. Like Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be his friend, but he doesn't want to be your friend.
Really, really starting to see your type.
Funny enough, you don't seem to push me away.
It's more work.
Wonder what that one eyeball is for.
The world may never fucking know. All I know is that I'm really hoping this is the end of this level.
Man. Weaver.
Janus Audrin. It is heartening after all these years to hear my name spoken without contempt.
Oh.
Raziel?
Oh, he's a Tumblr sexy man.
What have they done to you?
Oh my god.
I have been
No.
dragged through hell and back. All it seems to reach this moment. But I don't yet know why. For thousands of years I have waited, alone here, losing faith. At the time of the binding, 9 guardians were called to serve the pillars, and I was summoned as the 10th guardian.
They're
the
just
keeper
both
of the Reaver,
Nightcrawler.
the weapon of our salvation. Over time, our race died out, until I alone remained, sustained only by my obligation to you and by my guardianship of the blade. And the other 9? Why did their guardianship not sustain them? I don't know. As our race dwindled, the humans prospered. I have watched over the centuries as our history faded into myth and finally receded altogether. The humans have forgotten us entirely and claimed the pillars for themselves, wholly ignorant of their true purpose. To them, I am merely a devil, the origin of their vampire plague. Why would the pillars summon human guardians then, if they are meant to be served by vampires? The pillars choose their guardians from birth, Raziel, and vampires are no longer born. This is the crux of our dilemma, and this is the terrible irony. With their vampire purge, the members of the Circle have assaulted the very architects of the pillars they are sworn to protect. They have embarked on a treacherous path. With every vampire they kill, the humans are slitting their own throats. They know I'm up here, beyond their reach, and it terrifies them. You can see how they flaunt their kills to torment me, or perhaps simply to lure me out. They have this foolish notion that destroying me will somehow topple our entire bloodline. Thankfully, we're not that fragile. I've seen them mustering their forces in the village below. Yes. I don't know what they're plotting, but I fear our time may be bitterly short. Mankind seems to have brought you only torment and grief. You must hate them. They fear what they don't understand, and they despise what they fear. But no, I do not hate them. Vorador does. He has suffered much. He cannot forgive them. Should they be forgiven? They don't understand what they're doing. They are simply unenlightened and vulnerable.
Does he have scars on his arms?
So, it's all true then. What Cain and Vorador have told me.
Oh my god.
I am some kind of unholy vampire messiah. Unholy? No.
Yes.
Oh, they were there before. Oh, I didn't notice.
I don't like that word. It smells of martyrdom. Raziel, your role in this world's destiny is more crucial and more benevolent than you've allowed yourself to believe. Your journey will not be easy. Dark powers are allied against you. But I think you already know this. You appear to have been cruelly tested. The binding must be secured, Raziel. The pillars are the lock. And the Reaver is the key. Yes. The Reaver is here. Why do I feel nothing?
The most formidable weapon ever forged by our swordsmiths. They infused the blade with vampiric energy, empowering the Reaver to drain our enemies of their precious lifeblood.
As Janos presented the blade, an inexplicable sense of dread crept over me, more palpable than anything I'd felt before. I was at once horribly repelled by the sword, and yet irresistibly compelled to touch it, to take it up. Please, take it away from me.
I fear you have been followed.
How?
You must save yourself,
You
Raza.
opened that big hole.
Janos!
And you made a...
Surroundings whirled sickeningly, and I found myself transported safely away from the ambush.
It was
to an
you.
adjacent chamber. Janos had delivered me from the Sarafan, selflessly forfeiting his own safety to preserve my life. And now I feared that my newfound mentor would be slaughtered by the very crusaders I had so recently revered. The irony pierced me, and with dawning horror, I realized that I had been duped by Mobius from the beginning. For the Sarafan had simply followed the path I gullibly blazed through this sanctuary, and had arrived bearing Mobius's staff. Thus armed, they had Janos at their mercy. Through the door, I could hear them battling, less than a dozen paces away. And it may as well have been 1,000 miles, for this barrier was sealed by elemental forces I did not possess. It seemed Janos had conveyed me into the heart of the fire shrine. I thought perhaps if I could galvanize the forge and imbue the Reaver in time, I might have a slim chance of saving Janos from his grisly fate.
Luckily, in the corner, there's a save. So something I just realized that I never noticed before.
The cuts in the arms?
Yeah. Either that's the way he turned, like, Vorador into a vampire, or he was very, very, very depressed at one point.
Maybe. I don't know.
Watch. Oh no. Precious
see.
blood. The design of this room was cool. Hated the puzzle.
I see.
Don't remember if they're on a timer or not. Yep. Cool statues.
Give us a light.
Ow.
I see.
Cool.
Wide for 25 seconds without using an updraft. I used updrafts. That glitch was that achievement was bugged.
Wow. wonder if these worked on, like, the physical blade.
Not a clue.
I plunged the Reaver into that furnace and forged the blade with elemental fire. With the Reaver thus imbued, I was now armed to unlock the elemental barrier and rescue Janos from his executioners.
You gotta save him, Tori. I believe in you.
No, just let me slowly jog back to the door. Oh. Oof.
Oh,
Look at his black heart. How it still beats.
it's... Guess who it is?
He looks all oiled up.
The fiend intends to bury us alive. Raziel, we must get out of here. Remember the sword.
He looks like he has to shit.
How fucked up is that?
Forgive me. I'm sorry. I failed you.
No, Razia. Perhaps this was my true purpose. Simply to save your life this once.
While I have taken yours.
Embrace your destiny, Razia. You must reclaim the Reaver. It was forged for you and you alone. Without it, there is no hope.
Is that why you don't care about human Raziel? Because he's an asshole?
As I backed away from Janos's
What do you think?
I was overwhelmed by a sense of self-loathing so deep I could barely contain it. In that instant, I rejected all that I ever was and embraced the role Janos had safeguarded for me so patiently throughout the centuries. I knew then what I had to do, the task for which I was uniquely prepared. I would pursue the Sarafan dogs to their loathsome fortress and avenge Janos Ordrin's murder. Mobius would pay dearly for his treachery, and my Sarafan brethren would reap the horrors they had
I'm
sown.
gonna beat my own ass.
Take the stolen Reaver, which was rightfully mine. And finally, when all these debts had been paid, I would reclaim Janos Ordrin's heart from their filthy, unworthy hands. If the heart was truly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife, its highest purpose was clear to me. I would restore the heart to Janos, and thus undo the vile crime committed by my abominable former self.
Now back to the other side of the map.
What do you think of that?
It's cool. It's a shame there probably won't be a boss fight. It's just gonna be like a cutscene or a stupid puzzle that leads to a cutscene. This game hasn't had any boss fights. I wasn't expecting you.
These demonic pests were not merely the product of Nosgoth's corrupted future, for here they were, hurtling back over 5 centuries to pursue me. These creatures, I suspected, were minions of the unseen forces that had hoped to control me. This was the tangible expression of their displeasure. These demons were unleashed as the penalty for my disobedience.
Human Raziel was such a curious for me. But like, oh my god. He killed the big blue. He killed the big blue sweetheart.
You had to deal with that plague. Defend the humans. I think you talk too much.
That's not how you stop a plague. I feel even more bad for Janos.
I think the key distinction here is that vampires are not like a condition, they're a race in this setting.
Mm-hmm. Don't use the Reaver on them, just suck them. You need some health. Okay.
Be annoying. Oh boy, another one.
They...
There he is, the savior of Nosgoth.
Don't question the big guy, get the blue guy.
Remember, the blue guy's the important one. You gotta get him first. Don't worry about the demons. Anyway, thanks for waiting. Come here. Can't see.
Imagine you'd have a future vampire self and it came and killed me. What would that do? What would that do to you?
Well, damn, you probably had it coming, huh? What the fuck did you do to piss that version of me off?
You were hungry.
That's not a good reason.
You're a vampire, I said.
For fuck's sake, the geometry in this fucking area sucks.
Welcome to Europe. Man. All that vampire killing. Get stuck on a cart. It's too big. Oh! 5-finger face. Hey, he has 3 fingers.
Can we just fucking not?
Wee.
Back yet. No. Probably one on the other side of
Did you
town.
miss one? Where the fuck are you? Came from Doom Guy's world? Game making you fight enemies.
Gotta fight the demons! No, you need to have content! What the fuck? Is a weapon here? Yeah, okay. Use that to stab a guy. Probably the one up here that I can feel, yeah. Ow.
And you know why I hate the demons in this game? Lockable barriers.
Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun encounter.
Let them kill each other. That's what I did. Enjoy the show. Like, this is not any vampire I've seen. Still one more running around. Oh, he's at his stance. Or he's targeting you. Bang, bang. Are you serious?
Yes. I need
That
more juice.
works.
Yeah.
Let them kill each other.
No, they won't fucking shift aggro. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Alright.
Jeeves.
So the fireballs amped will deal double damage yourself. If I kill them with the fireball, it won't eat them.
consume.
This combat kind of sucks. It serves its purpose, but it's not a good sign when I'm just actively choosing to run by it when I can.
That one's black.
You know what? No. Okay,
He's
well, you've made your argument.
Bug boy. What are you doing making pudding at this hour?
Lost all control of my life.
I think you were supposed to show up a little to the left, buddy.
Keep standing there for me, will ya? Yeah, like that. Yeah, keep it up. Good job. Stay right there. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. You have a great one. Wow, he was worth fucking nothing.
Swamp water for the win. What do you do in my swamp? That was a weird noise.
Indeed.
Right in my ear.
Oh, okay.
What have you done to me? Shit.
How about y'all just fuck off?
History police.
Fucking time cops.
Must go up.
Okay. Do it again. Shitty turning. Okay. Having fun, cunt?
Holy shit. Harsh.
Ah, fucking video game.
You have failed me, Raziel.
I wonder, Old One, did you truly resurrect me, or were you simply there when I awakened from my torment in the abyss? I suspect you found me merely convenient, dropped in your lair by Cain, indestructible for some reason, a durable and gullible tool for you to manipulate. This one thing I readily admit. I have been used by others time and again, but always I seem to stray from their path. What is it about me, demon, that makes me such an unreliable instrument? Why do I survive one trial after another, on and on, in an endless succession of humiliating deaths and resurrections? It seems there is much more to my destiny and my history than I know. Perhaps more than you know as well.
Nothing to say? Okay. Huh? Oh. Stubbed my toe, apparently.
Don't do that.
The collision on the stairs in this game sucks.
Mm-hmm.
First you say no. Then you get out of there. Another one. Oh, another one.
What a fool.
Right at the pillars.
Perfect.
What a fool.
Alright, put that away and just poke away at the other ones here. Oh. Ah! Rude.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. You gotta be just close enough for them not to do projectiles, but not be anywhere that their AI can figure out where to hit you.
Hmm.
Sword is low enough charge. Speed this up. Isn't that just a smile only a mother could love?
I don't like it.
Well, you're not their mother, are you?
That would be Amy.
Gee, viewers on stream, boo. Wow, we can actually see the places now? That's crazy. We're doing some incredible dental work. That's canon. That's how that went. That's how that happened. Right in front of the pillars. Kill fire demons in 1 minute at the pillars during the Seraphan era. Wow, I got a
Ariel's
Chivo.
just watching you.
Yeah.
Do that. If she's there, I don't know if she's there at this.
Is this before her murder? Yeah, she's not here.
It's not canon. She didn't get to record it.
Still canon, just no one's there to watch. So no one can deny it happened. You saw
we
it, you're the
can tell,
witness.
but I'm not gonna live forever, Tori.
Oh. Lord knows you'll haunt me.
Ugh. You ask politely, I will leave.
I don't think that's how that works.
What human classes were there in Nosgoth?
I genuinely do not fucking remember.
I never got to play it, so I don't know.
You're lucky I found that mod that made it playable at all. I'm gonna fucking defrost the lake.
You do mine. Keep me warm in the winter.
I need a light thingamajiggle. There's fire. There it is. Is that a little high? Ow. It is a little high. Oh, am I getting up there? Maybe a glide. Seems a bit far. Ow. Go away.
Oh, he died!
Yeah, gravity is a harsh thing.
Armor would protect
Ow.
him.
Armor does not protect you from fall damage. Fun fact.
Those Renaissance fair battles.
Good at swimming? You're probably not. Because I got an achievement for drowning a guy the other day.
Holy crap. She's a witch! Burn the witch!
Yep, right there. Ow.
If she floats, she's a witch. It's made of wood. Jeez. My goodness.
Yeah, door closed and all that. Gotta keep the warm air in.
I don't think it'd be warm in here. Feel it'd be a lot colder.
Seize him.
Oh, y'all picking a fight? Okay.
And final
Anyway.
area. Gonna be hard.
Hard?
Suddenly and inexplicably, I discovered the Reaver suspiciously laid across my path. Again, I sensed nothing of that temporal distortion, the peculiar sense of displacement I had felt when I encountered the Reaver in William's chapel. Cornered here with the blade, I suffered the same nameless dread that I had experienced when Janos first presented the Reaver to me. I felt at once repelled by the blade, and yet overwhelmingly compelled to seize it.
So, Raziel, here we are.
It's Malik.
You have no choice but to confront me now. And I am not so foolish as I've let you believe. We have business to conclude.
You knew I would lead the Seraphim to Janos, you vile bastard. You've been orchestrating my every move. My destiny is an amusement to you.
It was fun while it lasted. I think not, Raziel. Malik, do not let this creature leave. He poses a danger to the circle. Poor, deluded Raziel. Did you somehow imagine you had the guile to change history on me? I'm the time streamer. I knew your every intention before you did, you imbecile.
Vordor.
Lord Mobius, there is trouble within. The circle is under
Hold
attack.
fast, Malik. This one is the real danger to us.
What are you trying to concoct here, Mobius?
This is why he didn't
You
save them.
creature. Did you imagine I'd simply allow you to run loose, corrupting everything you encounter?
I admit that I've underestimated you to this point, Mobius. It's a mistake I won't repeat.
Wrong again, Raziel. Now, Malik, bolt the door.
Using his staff to disable my Wraithblade, Mobius effectively disarmed me, leaving me with only one choice of weapon. And yet I confess, it was not the lack of options, but blind rage that made me take up the Reaver. In my fury, it felt as though my hand had acted of its own will. And now, that same hand clutched the hilt with unyielding strength, and I felt a constrained tingling, a remote but palpable sense of longing, as the disabled Wraithblade tried vainly to embrace its physical twin.
Okay.
So Vorador is attacking the Guardians right now.
War is happening.
History.
Come to take your revenge, demon. Back to hell with you.
I recognize these two as my former brethren, in life as Sarafan, and in unlife as Cain's vampire sons. Melchiah and Zephon, the weakest of Cain's brood. These bastards had no idea what future lay in store for them, how they would become the very thing they so despised. The Reaver hummed with ravenous anticipation. Janos had called it a vampiric blade, endowed with the power to drain its victims of their lifeblood. I was eager to see what the Reaver would do to these two.
You are taking no damage.
I noticed. No projectile available.
I like they're color-coded.
Finally a weapon that actually cleaves. The shame that these guys keep fucking stun-locking me. Oh. Can't eat that one. That would break the lore.
As Melchiah and Zephon fell before my blade, I felt the Reaver's bloodthirst as keenly as I ever had when I was still a vampire. I could sense the boundary between us dissolving. The Reaver was consumed with my rage, and I was intoxicated by its bloodlust. The blade had a vitalizing effect on me. My physical energy no longer decayed over time, and the wounds inflicted by my foes healed almost instantly. The Reaver had made me invincible.
Somehow gets vinced.
The Reaver exerted some mysterious power over me. It sustained my energy, enabling me to prolong my physical manifestation indefinitely. In fact, bonded to the blade as I was, I could no longer shift into the spirit realm at will. Nor was I able to summon the Reaver's twin, for my Wraith Blade had been disabled in the confrontation with Mobius.
Okay.
Have you come to reclaim the monster's black heart?
You'll have to get through us first.
My former brethren, Duma and Rahab, confronted me next. This all seemed so elegantly choreographed. Exhilarated by the Reaver, I was drunk with revelations. I could finally appreciate the delicious irony of Cain's blasphemous private joke, and I reveled as I colluded with him across the centuries. For it was I who put these bastards in their tomb, thus providing the corpses for Cain to raise as his vampire sons a millennium from now.
What a twist. Raziel got a statue because he's an OG vampire hunter.
Uh-huh. Wow, they're cuddling.
Gross.
That was blood sucking.
I've never seen it before.
Get back to the pit you crawled from, demon.
And here at last was my brother Tyrell, who along with Duma would bear me into the abyss without questioning Kane's command. So dutiful and righteous, even as a vampire. I guess some habits die hard. The vampire Tyrell had eluded my vengeance. The Sarafan Tyrell would not.
Nope. Door stuck.
There's no tomb there. Or wait a minute, never mind.
There was no tomb there, yeah. It's just an empty space for them to put a dead guy later.
He should be dead. Unless they haven't put his body there.
Mirror match.
So, vampire, here we are. You've destroyed my brethren, and now you've come for me. You'll find I'm not such easy prey. I don't want to kill, but I will if I must. Return the heart to me, and we can end this now. So, you've come to avenge that filthy parasite and reclaim his foul heart. You're a righteous fiend, aren't you? Apparently I am. No, vampire. This is where it ends. But you won't be leaving this room. Now, let's finish this. I'll make it mercifully quick. As you did for Janos? No, that beast had eluded us for far too long. It would have been a shame to end him too quickly. It's ironic, really. The great Janos Ordrin turned out to be no challenge at all. Thanks to you. Did you hear his cowardly screams when I tore that black heart out of his carcass?
New bundle looks fine.
He looks shiny.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Maybe he's cold. Why take off his helmet?
Well, if you're an important character, you don't have to wear a helmet.
But he
That's how it
was
works in
wearing
fiction.
it. He was
If
wearing
your face
it
is
before.
revealed, it means you're a named character. If you're wearing a helmet, it means you're a jobber.
I'm very curious what the novel is about now. It clearly has human Raziel in it.
Maybe it's about his motivations for getting the Seraphim.
Could be.
You see, they give you infinite health in this part, because fighting these guys fucking sucks.
Yep. I usually dodged around them till they do that charge attack.
Self-penetration.
Tori! Why?
This is funny.
And so it ends. My history comes full circle.
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
Sensing its twin, the Wraithblade uncoiled itself from me, and instead wound lovingly around its former self. I felt its grip loosen, and as the blade left me, its absence chilled me more than its presence ever had. A foreboding sense of emptiness and loss stole over me, and a terrible revelation gathered like a storm at the edge of my awareness. With all other foes exhausted, the conjoined blades turned themselves on me, and I realized, finally, why I had sensed nothing when Janos offered me the blade. The Reaver was never forged to be a soul-stealing weapon. The ravenous, soul-devouring entity trapped in the blade was, and always had been, me. This is why the blade was destroyed when Cain tried to strike me down. The Reaver could not devour its own soul. The paradox shattered the blade. So, this was my terrible destiny. To play out this purgatorial cycle for all eternity. I could not bear it. Despair overwhelmed me.
Shitty.
Are you enjoying this game? Don't fight it, Raziel. Give into it. Was this your destiny for me all along? Trust me.
I felt myself weakening, unable to hold on any longer. The Reaver was too strong. The compulsion to simply let go, too great. And then, a growing sense of vertigo and the familiar displacement. The paradoxical moment when my twin soul hovered both outside and inside the Reaver blade. This was the instant, the glimmer of temporal distortion Cain had been counting on all along. This was the edge of the coin, the minute flicker of probability upon which Cain had gambled everything.
Now you are free to reclaim your true destiny, Raziel.
Behind Cain's eyes, I could see new memories blooming and dying as history labored to reshuffle itself around this monumental obstruction. And I could see by the dawning horror on his face that perhaps we had strained history too far this time. That by trying to alter my fate, he may have introduced a fatal paradox.
My God. The Hilden. We walked right into their trap. Raziel. Janos must stay dead.
But Cain's warning was lost as I slipped into the spirit realm too weak to maintain my physical form. And there, waiting for me as always, was the Reaver, the Wraithblade, my own soul, twinned and bound eternally to me. And I realized that I could never escape my terrible destiny. I had merely postponed it. History abhors a paradox.
Well, that's a funny place to end.
That's how I feel.
So that rolls right into Defiance then.
Yep.
Well, that'll be fun to play when they
Defiance.
eventually remaster that.
Defiance starts right after this.
This would be better as an animated series.
Maybe.
I'm sure the game's really cool for what it is at the time, but it did not age well.
Defiance has different combat.
I hope it does.
It's
Because they were
definitely
clearly
not
still
in
figuring it
this.
out here. There were no boss fights in that game, unless you count, like, the Seraphim, but they were just reskins of the Jobbers. This is a puzzle game with okay puzzles and then a few more annoying ones. And I guess the streaming tech was cool, but when you look at it, the way my brain built it, put it all together, this was just one really long tunnel that they told you to go back and forth in a few times. The story is absolutely the highlight, though.
Characters, story is what drove me on.
Yeah, the story and the characters and all that stuff is super interesting and cool. The video game part of this has a lot of room for improvement. I really think this would excel as in like a show or a movie, but is held back by the fact that it's a video game.
That'd be interesting. I don't know what they'll do.
Optimistically, they remaster Defiance. I don't know if they're gonna bother with Blood Omen 2. Blood Omen 2 sounds like there's a lot of mixed feelings on that game.
I think it's okay. It definitely introduces
one
something.
moment, my headphones just fucking bugged. Come on, turn back on. Alright, I can hear again. What were you saying?
Remember what Kane said at the end about the Hilden?
Yeah, they said a thing that probably means something to you. Is that a Blood Omen 2 thing?
You learn a little more about the Hilden in that game. That game came out before Defiance.
Uh-huh.
It's not a bad game. It's just a little different from Soul Reaver, definitely different combat and stuff. But I enjoyed the characters. Story not too important, but Gex team. It's not Crystal Dynamics anymore. It's Square that owns this?
No, Square sold this.
Who owns it?
Don't you remember it being a big deal when they sold Tomb Raider and Crystal Dynamics and all that? Now it's owned by What's the name of the company? It's on the tip of my tongue. There's some other drama, but Square Enix does not own Legacy of Kain anymore. That's probably part of why this remaster exists. God, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I just can't say it. Embracer Group owns Legacy of Kain and Crystal Dynamics now. You know what? They're making that They made that Tomb Raider animated series I haven't watched yet. Legacy of Kain would be perfect. If you can't get a new game, I would be really down for a show that follows up Defiance. Unless Defiance is like peak, but I don't know if Defiance is peak. We'll see.
You haven't played it.
You're right.
Rest in peace, Tony J. He was a giant squid.
Eidos. I gotta wonder how this felt in comparison to its contemporaries at the time. This was like 2002, right?
Something around there.
So we're talking before Devil May Cry. So shit really wasn't figured out yet. I can give it a pass in the sense that we hadn't solved good combat yet. But I can tell you right now, if this game is remade, oh, I would make some fucking changes. Oh, I'd make a lot of fucking changes.
Go do it. Make me happy.
They won't pay me. Nor do I have the experience to do it.
Okay,
I would start by giving this boy air combos. He's got the fucking wings. They do glide. Like, let him do some air combos.
Now that that's done, we can look at the bloopers.
That is true. Outtakes.
Is there
The making of Soul Reaver.
Soul Reaver. I feel an obligation to.
They were already old.
So when the time comes, I really meet everybody. I'll be able to wear tight black outfits, and they won't feel so terribly disappointed to see that it's the 60-year-old cocker doing this voice. I had to go out and buy a PlayStation. They sent me Soul Reaver. Right. So I went out to buy PlayStation. Right. And we hooked it up in the house, and then I started it because I never played it. No. A game like this. I played a game, period, other than Knick Knack or that little Pac-Man or something. Right.
You think they ever actually finished the game?
The opening's really extraordinary with the wings and the ripping and the throwing down of the abyss. And now I'm getting into the labyrinth. 2 hours later, I still am nowhere. He keeps falling off the rock, and I can't work it to get him on the rock.
I don't think he finished the game.
She says, "Dad," I said, "leave me alone. I'm going to do this." She said, "But I can." I said, "Leave me alone." And 2 hours later, I look up and I realize it's 2 hours has gone by, and it felt like I was there for 5 minutes. And I have gone no further. I wanted to get into the other things. I wanted to see, because I did several other voices. I wanted to get,
I love this story.
And I said, I can't do this. So when I went downstairs, I came back up, and I looked, and she's already well beyond me. And I said, so there's got to be a chip that the kids have in their heads that some of us don't have. Right. From another time in our existence. Yeah.
I just have more game literacy. It's why I can beat the game in half of what fucking how long to beat says.
It's a story-based game. Yeah.
I'm so used to
Say that again.
5 lines different. Go through that door. Don't go through that door. Hey, go through that door.
There's more to being a vampire than drinking blood and ripping out throbbing hearts. Trust me, doll.
The continuum of history is simply too strong, too resilient. out of chat, isn't it?
It's so great. Poor Simon, I go, and he did what? And he goes into 3 pages.
Sitting down and taking a rest.
And it's so great. That is so fun.
So we're getting some pops on Parasite. Poetic.
Parasite. Wouldn't that be poetic irony? The biggest parasite of them all.
39,919.
You stay here. I'll go and warn the others. I'll go and warn the others. Be gone. You are not welcome here.
One of them was just a little easier. 906.
Be gone. You are not welcome here.
Renee?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. Amp up that accent just a little bit.
I
thought it had disappeared a little beyond.
Uh-oh. Let me out of the room.
License to kill.
License. The scenery and me will go.
I fear you have been followed. You must save yourself, Raziel. Janos, no! Oh, that's your line.
I like it.
Let me not do it. Is it okay?
It was so good. That's the way I'm going to do it. George Burns.
You turn around and start talking to yourself.
How many voices do you do?
Just one. I mesmerize you to think that it's more than one.
It's a hypnosis trick.
Yeah.
I'm under a spell right now.
He's the man of many voice.
The man of one voice and just think it's 1,000. That's all.
Embrace your destiny, Razia. You must reclaim the Weaver. It alone was forged for you, and you alone. Without it, there is no hope.
Good. Renee, you gave us an extra alone.
It alone was forged for you, you alone. But I liked it.
It alone was forged for you, and you alone, it was for you alone. I'm dying. Give me a break here.
Look at this black heart. How still it beats. Or how it still beats would probably be better, wouldn't it? That would help. And also look at his black heart rather than this. But otherwise, perfect. 10, 11, 3 in a row. Look at his black heart. How still it beats. I'm not going to be able to say it. We'll have to change the whole story. I'm telling you.
Demon! He thinks he can change his destiny. What a fool!
Should have went with that take.
Very creepy. Very creepy.
Like that? Big guy like that?
He thinks he can change his destiny. What a fool.
Let the next squad take him. Let the next squad take him.
To arms! The unholy ones approach! To arms! The unholy ones approach! To arms! The unholy ones approach!
Wow.
The unholy ones approacheth. Let the next squad take him. The scourge is upon us. The stench of death is in the air. Oh, did you fart? Compelled to touch it. To take it up. Please. Oh. Please don't take my line. Please, take my line. Please, take it away from me. There's my unique resurrection. Give me a unique resurrection. First he takes my wings, and then he takes my unique resurrection. And, the man has no pity. Stand your ground! It's quiet tonight. You know you got the bluest eyes. We've been out here a long time without a female vampire hunter.
Let me enlighten you,
Poor Raziel.
Well, Renee.
What? What?
That's terrific.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'll just go home now.
Go home and gargle and clean out those lungs.
Glad we did those at the end.
Another one.
Oh, there's another.
My wayward child returns.
Having unearthed more than you'd like, I suspect. What am I to make of these ruins that litter the land, and these images here in this chamber?
Merely the deceits of a failed civilization. You are being misled, Raziel. This ancient race hoped to manipulate the future with these scrawled misdirections. You must tread carefully. There are dark forces at work in this world, bent on subverting your true destiny.
I have no doubt of that. The question is, am I in their presence right now?
Your arrogance will spell your demise, Raziel. Deny my will, and the arc of your destiny will reach a sudden conclusion.
Your threats are unnerving. Even now, I'm beyond your reach.
My reach is longer than you realize. This is a very dangerous game you're playing, Raziel.
Sneeze, but it didn't come out.
That wasn't an outtake. That was just a recording of their lines.
Raziel, the failed assassin. You had Cain at your mercy, but lacked the courage to fulfill the act.
Any footage with Tony is nice. He's not here anymore, and he played one of the very important characters.
Even when it meant
Is the character still alive in the plot?
This is the fate of Nosgoth, as long as
He's in
Cain
Defiance.
remains alive.
No, you don't want to spoil anything. Got it.
Given this guilty sin,
Yeah.
one would think you'd torn down the pillars single-handedly. What are you trying to obliterate as you drag your loathsome body through this chamber? And why, as Nosgoth descends into madness and misery, do you appear to thrive? Things in this world, I am learning, are rarely what they seem. You, apparently, are no exception.
I am the engine of life, the source of Nosgoth's very existence. I am the hub of the wheel, the origin of all life, the devourer of death.
Or maybe you're just hungry. Could it be as simple as that? Wouldn't that be poetic irony? The great adversary of the vampires turns out to be the biggest parasite of them all.
Do not test my patience, Raziel. I made you, and I will unmake you if I become so inclined.
You were lying about that, too.
There are fates worse than death, Raziel.
Oh, I see you now as you truly are. A cancer, a spooling parasite burrowed deep in the heart of this world.
Go now. Play out your pitiful rebellion and take your place among the destroyed, the used, and the damned. But know this, you are mine for eternity. You have always been, and will always be, my soul reaver.
Are you sure about that?
At last. I must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel, to see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never have contained such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods?
They redid all this for the second game.
Makes sense.
As long as a single one of us stands,
The dialogue in the first game was way different.
Seems better in the second game.
are predestined.
I don't mind it.
I'm just saying it's better paced.
Each play out the parts fate has written for us. Free will is an illusion.
I found the tomb of Sarafan, Kane.
Funny how he starts with that line and then spends the whole game trying to disprove it.
How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
The Sarafan were saviors, defending Nosgoth from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are opened, Kane. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past.
I had spoilers though, guy. I had to do it.
You think the Sarafan were noble, altruistic? Oh, don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours. You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
Janos Audrin? It is heartening after all these years to hear my name spoken without contempt.
Raziel, my child, what have they done to you? I have been dragged through hell and back. All it seems to reach this moment. But I don't yet know why. For thousands of years, I have waited, alone, here, losing faith. At the time of the binding, 9 guardians were called to serve the pillars, and I was summoned as the 10th guardian, the keeper of the Reaver, the weapon of our salvation. Over time, our race died out, until I alone remained, sustained only by my obligation to you and by my guardianship of the blade. And the other 9? Why did their guardianship not sustain them? I don't know. As our race dwindled, the humans prospered. I have watched over the centuries as our history faded into myth and finally receded altogether. The humans have forgotten us entirely and claimed the pillars for themselves, wholly ignorant of their true purpose. To them, I am merely a devil, the origin of their vampire plague. Why would the pillars summon human guardians, then, if they are meant to be served by vampires? The pillars choose their guardians from birth, Raziel, and vampires...
Humans are too stupid.
This is the crux of our dilemma.
Too corruptible.
This is the terrible irony. With their vampire purge, the members of the Circle have assaulted the very architects of the pillars they are sworn to protect. They have embarked on a treacherous path. With every vampire they kill, the humans are slitting their own throats. They know I'm up here, beyond their reach, and it terrifies them. You can see how they flaunt their kills to torment me, or perhaps simply to lure me out. They have this foolish notion that destroying me will somehow topple our entire bloodline. Thankfully, we're not
Definitely the series.
I have seen them mustering their forces in the village.
Certain.
Yes. I don't know what they're plotting, but I fear our time may be bitterly short. Mankind seems to have brought you only torment and grief. You must hate them. They fear what they don't understand, and they despise what they fear. But no, I do not hate them. Borodor does. He has suffered much. He cannot forgive them. Should they be forgiven? They don't understand what they're doing.
They are simply unenlightened and vulnerable to manipulation. So, it's all true then. What Cain and Vorador have told me. I really am some kind of unholy vampire messiah. Unholy? No. Messiah, perhaps. I don't like that word. It smells of martyrdom. Raziel, your role in this world's destiny is more crucial and more benevolent than you've allowed yourself to believe. Your journey will not be easy. Dark powers are allied against you. But I think you already know this. You appear to have been cruelly tested. The binding must be secured, Raziel. The pillars are the lock. And the Reaver is the key. Yes. The Reaver is here. Why do I feel nothing? The most formidable weapon ever forged by our swordsmiths. They infused the blade with vampiric energy, empowering the Reaver to drain our enemies of their precious lifeblood. As Janos presented the blade, an inexplicable sense of dread crept over me, more palpable than anything I'd felt before. I was at once horribly repelled by the sword, and yet irresistibly compelled to touch it, to take it up. Please, take it away from me. I fear you have been followed.
You must save yourself, Raziel.
Janos! No!
So after all this, you make my case for me. To end this stalemate, you must die so that new Guardians can be born.
The pillars don't belong to them, Raziel. They belong to us.
Your arrogance is boundless, Cain. There's a third option.
Monumental secret, hidden in your very presence here.
But it's a secret you have to discover for yourself. Unearth your destiny, Raziel. It's all laid out for you here.
You said it yourself, Cain. There are only two sides to your coin.
Apparently, sir. But suppose you throw a coin enough times. Suppose one day it lands on its edge.
How many times would that take?
I'm not gonna calculate the mathematical probability of that.
Profoundly ingrained, Raziel. You must understand our presence here doesn't alter history. You and I meet.
Simon's got gray hair.
We have always met here. History is irredeemable. Drop a stone into a rushing river, the current simply courses around it and flows on as if the obstruction were never there. You and I are pebbles, Raziel, and have even less hope of disrupting the time stream. The continuum of history is simply too strong.
So, what's your thoughts on the time stuff?
Except
I have no strong opinion on it. It's there as a plot element, and it's core to the series.
the beloved boy king turned tyrant. In my youth, I witnessed.
It's mostly the sort of time travel of, yeah, that did happen, and then there's a little bit of breaking it.
Who laid waste to Nosgoth. Years later, I stumbled upon a chance to journey back in history, unaware that the entire affair has been carefully orchestrated by Mobius. In my wisdom, I seized this opportunity to murder the young king before he can ravage Nosgoth, and thereby provide the catalyst Mobius needs to ignite a genocidal war against our race. This one reckless act unravels the skein of history. The nemesis never becomes the nemesis. William dies a martyred saint. I, the vampire assassin, become the author of my own species' extinction, and Mobius profits from all of it. I destroyed a tyrant only to create one far worse. But how can it be so? How? If history is immutable. The answer is here in this room, Raziel. Mobius propelled William and me together, but ensured first
that we were both armed with the soul, Reaver. The Reaver is the key. Two incarnations of the blade meet in time and space. A paradox is created, a temporal distortion powerful enough to derail history. If you truly believe in free will, Raziel, now is the time to prove it. Kill me now, and we both become pawns of history, dragged down the path of an artificial destiny. I was ordained to assume the role of Balance Guardian in Nosgoth, while you were destined to be its savior. But the map of my fate was redrawn by Mobius, and so in turn was yours.
Oh no. Every time you turn up, something monumental and terrible happens. I don't think I have the stomach for it.
No drama this time, Raziel.
You are persistent, crossing time like this to follow me. Still waiting for that coin of yours to land on its edge.
I'm biding my time. I see that Mobius has played a little trick on you.
Yes. He clearly doesn't want me to meet this Janos Ordrin.
Perhaps. Or maybe he merely hoped that it would harden your heart against me, to see this wasteland which I single-handedly authored.
My heart doesn't need hardening, Cain. If I even suspected that destroying you would make any difference, I would do it this instant.
I knew you'd see through them, Raziel. Janos is indeed the key to your destiny, but you'll need to find your own way back into Nosgoth's past. Make no mistake, though, Raziel. You and I are now in great danger. We are irritants here. Malevolent forces are being marshaled to eliminate us.
You talk as though we're allies.
Regardless of your sentiments, Raziel, in their eyes, we are.
Well, they're certainly trying to eliminate you, Cain. There can be no doubt of that. I am assaulted relentlessly with demands for your demise. Whatever it is that you're plotting, they're scared to death of you. As for me, I suspect they made a grave error when they allowed my unique resurrection. I don't think they know how to destroy me.
You mustn't underestimate them, Raziel.
And who exactly is this diabolic they to which we keep referring? If there's some grand conspiracy going on, the right
Who is it?
doesn't appear to know what the left is doing. Even Mobius seems to be caught out at every turn.
Mobius is a puppet, Raziel. Haven't you realized that yet? That's the sweetest irony in all of this. Nosgoth's great manipulator is their plaything. But the ones pulling the strings haven't shown their faces.
Back.
Yet.
They don't like us unwriting their carefully choreographed history, though, do they?
You must understand, Raziel, we haven't unwritten history, we've merely rewritten it. The future flows around our petty actions, finding the path of least resistance, while admitting only the slightest alterations. This is the reshuffling you felt when you refused to kill me. And remember, Raziel, we are irritants in this regard as well. History will not allow the introduction of a paradox.
And if events cannot be reshuffled to accommodate the change?
It is the irritant who's expelled. Bear in mind that this may be exactly the outcome our enemies are trying to provoke. We must tread very carefully.
Wait.
What?
How many? How many are there?
Your malefactor
It's more than 10. I don't know how much further it goes past that.
you, our common enemy.
Where?
Consider the source before you judge me too harshly. We'll forget about
I've seen most of
rekindling
these
our
before.
old friendship then.
Okay.
Consider an alliance based on our common ground. We both want Cain dead. I can help you do it. You may never again be human, Raziel. But you can re-embrace the essence of your humanity and the nobility of your Sarafan heritage. Go to him, Raziel, and end this. But first, you will need to find your way out of the stronghold, and in this, I'm afraid I cannot help you. My soldiers will not understand your appearance here. They will try to kill you. You needn't fear them, of course. They're no match for you. Try to keep the casualties to a minimum, but do what you have to do. By my soul, you almost had me, my little blue assassin. But that'll be the one and only chance you get. I assure you of that. So, Raziel, here we are, finally.
It seems so fucked up.
How so?
When Vorador is attacking the circle and he's killed those few members, Malik is supposed to be protecting. Not.
It was fun while it lasted.
Are you saying something? Because I had nothing's come through for about 10 seconds.
What did you hear I say?
It's protecting, and then you cut out.
Malik is supposed to be protecting them, but Mobius dragged him here. At this time.
I'm the time streamer.
Okay.
I knew your every intention before you did, you imbecile.
There are 12.
Ah, yes. I like that look on your face, Mobius.
You really don't know what to do now, do you, old man? Here you are, caught without your damned
Old
staff.
man.
And I suspect things aren't progressing quite as you'd hoped. You're not used to the fly turning to confront you in your web, are you?
Kane's devious influence has poisoned your mind, Raziel. Now you see betrayal everywhere, even in your closest allies.
We were never allies, Mobius. Conspirators, perhaps. Briefly.
Why did you not kill Kane when you had the chance? He was at your mercy.
Precisely. I had a choice, and I chose mercy. And now I know your sordid little secret. The significance of that displacement I felt when the two Reavers came together. Strangely enough, I was enlightened by the devious Kane, not by you. In fact, I've learned much more than you counted on. I understand now how you've tried to manipulate all of history for your own personal gain. Now all your little schemes are whirling in ruin around you, aren't they? All because I chose to exert my will for once, rather than obey the demands of sorcerers and spirits and demons, all singing the same tiresome refrain, "Kill Kane." I'm setting my own path from here, Mobius. I intend to discover the truth behind all of this.
But you condemn us all with this impetuous act.
Hardly impetuous. It took all the will I could muster. Has my refusal to kill Kane reshuffled your carefully stacked deck of cards?
You really think that you're exercising your free will, Raziel? You're simply Kane's servant.
I do not serve Kane. I merely did not kill him.
Raziel, do not forget your purpose here. You are destined to be the savior of Nosgoth.
Oh, I'm sick of hearing that particular phrase. As for saving Nosgoth, so far
No
I see
pressure.
no reason to bother. And I'll choose my own purpose from here on out, time streamer. Right now, I choose to manipulate you for a change. Go. In there.
What are you doing?
Come now, Mobius. You're a cunning serpent. You'll piece it together, I imagine. This error is of no further use to me. You will operate this device to provide me passage. I want to see the world in a simpler time, before the Sarafan began their crusade.
And what about Kane? You're leaving your Core behind.
You kill him if it's so damned important.
You need only touch the 2 poles of the switch, and the device will transport you. But I urge you to reconsider.
You've lost your powers of persuasion, old man. Rot here and forget
Old man.
Raziel's back and Mobius has got him. Tonight.
And now it's the Raziel and Mobius show.
That would be a nightmare.
Uh-huh.
I see my reputation precedes me.
It does.
All good, I hope.
Ugh.
I've been
Whoa.
watching you since you emerged from that accursed stronghold.
Tired.
Strange that your arrival
I'm fine.
coincides with the corruption of the pillars. But I'm wondering, are you the catalyst of these events? Or are you the answer to them? I distrust your origins, stranger. Seeing you crawl from the putrid depths of Mobius's keep makes me question your purpose here. And what should I make of your appearance? Not human, clearly, and more demon than vampire. And the pillars. It is no mere coincidence that your arrival in that clearing
He's just a
heralded
unique
the
little
pillars'
guy.
decay. And so I ask you plainly, are you the instrument of the pillars' destruction or their salvation? Very
I
well.
read something really
Let
funny.
us look at the other side of the coin. I have followed
Yeah?
your journey and
Let me
watched as
find
you
it.
blithely unlocked secrets that have been sealed and forbidden for thousands of years. The path you have been treading is open to only one being. You don't know what you are, do you? What's the point? This world is beyond redemption. Let the human cattle have it. Fairy tales, boy. The delusions of an ancient culture clinging to hope long after the world had discarded them. Their bloodline trickled away until only one of the ancients remained, sustained solely by obligation and his unfaltering faith in the old prophecies. But even if you are who you appear to be, it no longer matters. You're simply too late. I'm afraid, my friend, that you and all of us are out of luck.
That's all the outtakes.
I know. Is there artwork?
Fan art.
He looks too muscly there. What? My boy. Cool. They gave him a... That one's cool.
Whoa.
Some of these I think I've seen. I want a Raziel t-shirt.
I believe you.
Badass. Blood on pictures.
Wants to play.
I appreciate it. That one's got titties. Oh, it's Reina.
You know them? Oh, they got names.
That's the one the remaster.
And they got the names of the artists for each of these as well.
Nice.
Concept art.
Yeah. I love concept art. There's all the names for the different pillars.
Indeed. A lot of trees.
I like that shot. I don't remember seeing a lot of Soul Reaver art, concept art. I just remember seeing. I like that one.
Whoa.
That looks like from Blood Omen 2. Oh. That must be Kane's thing that got cut.
His retreat.
Boy. There was a time that they in Soul Reaver 2 that
Let's get closer to your mic, you're cutting out.
there was work and talk about Soul Reaver 2 about Raziel seeing the younger vampire at one.
Uh-huh.
But it got cut.
That's all the concept art.
Promo.
A bunch of renders.
I have that as a little poster. Menacing.
Indeed.
And the boys. Your Soul Reaver 2 promo.
Bonus. Man, is that really how they handled it? Okay.
Seen a lot of concept art for enemy. A lot of the vampires that look slain, they kind of look a little similar to gypsies.
Uh-huh. Most of those are screenshots.
Maybe that's what they use to put in magazines, I don't know. That's cool, that's cool.
No, that's when it wasn't a Legacy of Kain game.
Raziel's name was going to be Shifter. If I recall.
That was the working title of the game before it became Soul Reaver. Storyboards. Tip tap type.
Mm-hmm.
Lore, 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 lore. Oh, timeline. Before recorded history, Vampire Purge, early history, Corruption of the Pillars, for Legacy of Kain, Events of Legacy of Kain.
Really annoyed I can't find this. Music.
Well, they got those OSTs in there. It's not the best player in the world, but it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And they got the scripts for both games just in here.
Tragic hero.
Well, that's Soul Reaver. I'm ending the stream there. If anyone's actually watching or listening, thanks for hanging out. Y'all have a good one. Leave it with that. Yep.